Last week, we went and took a look at lobsters, lobster catching, lobster cooking, lobster fun. It was Lobster Mania. This week, we're going to introduce you to our new co-host here on Aquatic Adventures. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to Aquatic Adventures with John, and you may have noticed something a little different here. It is Lily. Welcome to Aquatic Adventures with John and Lily. She's the reason I've really gotten into Aquatic Adventures. And what we want to do is introduce you. Welcome.
Hi.
And we'll just kind of introduce each other, talk a little bit, and talk about our very first aquatic adventure together. It's quite a story, actually.
It is.
I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate it for adventurousness?
A 10.
A 10, yeah.
It was very adventurous, yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about some of the highlights from that, what happened. It's just really good. So, to start off, I was talking with Lily, and she says, we should do some paddleboarding. She goes, I got the perfect spot. Describe how awesome this place is.
It's hard to describe how awesome it is. You just have to see it, but it's like being at the Bahamas. The water is crystal clear, and you get your exercise. Mm-hmm. And it's just white sand, and it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, and so that was why you said we need to go there.
Yeah, plus exercise and fun and sun.
Fun and sun.
Fun and sun, exercise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, I'd never been paddleboarding before. I'd seen it in Hawaii, and I thought, well, I'll give it a shot. Who wouldn't want to go paddleboarding with Lily?
I go paddleboarding with Lily.
Yeah. So wait, let's start here. Why did you get into paddleboarding? When did you get into paddleboarding?
Well, I got into paddleboarding actually during COVID because I am not one that can be stuck at home. So I needed a way to get out of the house. And the way to get out of the house was I didn't have a boat. So next best thing is my own paddleboard. So I am not in the strong woman contest. So I wasn't trying to carry around a full kayak or a full-on paddleboard. So I did go up with the blow up or the inflatable type, and they're compact and they're good for storage and they're easy to inflate, and you just go. And it really opened up a whole new world of opportunities to get out of the house and still be on the water, which is one of my favorite places to be. Yeah. So I was still able to achieve that without a boat.
All right. Well, yeah. So Lily was into water sports before I really got into it. When I got down here to the south, it was like, wow, water everywhere.
Drug you with me.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about the dragging part here in a little bit.
Yes.
There's some dragging going on. So.
But not a fire-breathing drug.
No. Not that kind. So yeah, it was a couple years ago. It was when all of this aquatic adventure started. So we get to the site, we inflate the paddle boards, we get out on the water, and that's where the fun began.
Yes.
Right.
So, it was a beautiful, gorgeous, sunny day.
Right.
No wind, no clouds, no rain.
No, not to start.
It was perfect.
Not to start. Mm-hmm. So I remember getting on the board, and I've never been on one. I thought it's shaky, it's wobbly.
You gotta have balance.
Must have balance grass on one. So she gets up on her feet and starts paddling off. Yep. Mm-hmm. And I tried that. And how long did I make it before I crashed in the water? Fell off the board.
I don't remember. I don't think it was very long.
You turn around. I remember you turning around and pointing and laughing hysterically.
Yeah. I was just paddling along. I turned back and it was just your board.
Anyways, I got back on the board. I can't remember if I stood back up or I just stayed on my knees and paddled.
I don't know. Probably on your knees or your butt.
Mm-hmm. So it's looking at the map, it's about a 2-mile paddle from the start to the sand where we got off.
Sure.
Yeah, I did on the map.
Okay.
My nerdiness caused me to look it up. I wanted to know how far we had gone.
That's good enough.
Yeah, good.
I know it takes about an hour.
It takes about an hour.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we get out to the sandbar. It's an estuary, and then you've got the Gulf, and there's a little pass there.
Mm-hmm.
Really beautiful, just as she described it would be.
Yeah.
And I was dying. It was hot and sweaty. I wasn't used to that type of work, having to balance and all that.
It's hard work balancing.
It is, believe it or not, yeah. But you made it look easy. And so I was like, if she can do it, by golly, I should be able to. And I think I fell again. Once we got around that
Either
one.
that or you just wanted to cool off.
Well, that's the story I'll tell my grandkids. Anyway, so we get there and we relax and have some lunch, enjoy the sun. Some drinks. Oh, we definitely needed to stay hydrated with some quality beverages.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's something we share in common. Just a good beverage.
Mm-hmm.
So, what had happened though is like the day before, a tropical storm had blown through the Gulf,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't think anything of it.
No, me neither, because it was going the other way.
It was going away from us. This
Mm-hmm.
tropical storm. It missed us. We're good.
Yeah, we were good. We were in the clear.
We're in the clear. Yeah.
So we thought.
So we thought. So what we're doing is we're the way we were on the sand, kind of enjoying our lunch and drinks. We're looking into the distance, and we're looking to way out there, and we're looking to the southeast.
Mm-hmm.
You know how the storms come from like the Caribbean and up. We're looking in the direction that a storm would come, and we thought that
It didn't look good.
it didn't look good. It wasn't good at all. So the clouds were there, but they're way out there.
Way out there.
So we consulted
The weather app.
the weather app,
We did. We consulted. We looked up our phone. Beep, 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 weather app.
right?
I think it was like 1:30, and it said that the clouds or the storm would be rolling in at like what 4:30 or 5.
But we
So
had
I was like, okay, we have plenty of time to get out of here.
plenty of time. If it took an hour to get there, it would take an hour to get back. We had like 2 hours, 2.5 hours
Something like that, yeah.
before the storm was going to get us.
Mm-hmm.
And then something happened.
We got on our boards,
Mhm.
and we decided to go ahead and go.
Because it was coming faster and
Because it was
faster.
coming faster, and we looked up, and it was on top of us
Literally, yeah. The storm was in the distance, then it was close, and then
in like 30 minutes
yeah, that was about it too.
Yeah.
It went from 2.5 hours to
to 30 minutes.
30 minutes, and it's all over the top of us.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, and the wind is coming into our face, and that's the way we got to go back.
Yeah.
To get the heck
And
out
mind
of
you,
there.
we're on inflatable paddleboard.
Inflatable. Well, what happens in just a few minutes in the story, you wouldn't want to have a solid board and do what it did to you.
No,
Yeah.
that would
Anyways,
have knocked me out.
yeah, we got maybe a quarter mile out of the 2 miles back, and the wind came up like you wouldn't believe. I mean, how would you describe the wind? It wasn't there, and then all of a sudden it kind of.
Yeah, it just came in out of nowhere and just gushed up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we went from having little 4-inch waves to
2-foot wave.
1 foot, and then 2 foot waves, just
Crashing the board.
crashing the board with this wind.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh, we're screwed.
Yeah.
Basically, that was what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what you said.
But I thought, Lily, she knows about paddleboarding. No problem. This girl knows her stuff. She's been doing this for at least
A couple years.
a couple years. Right? And I've been wet before, so I know what water's all about.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, a huge gust came up, and then it was trouble.
It was.
I think I was on my knees on my board. You were probably.
I was on my butt.
You were on your butt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. There was no standing in that.
Well, the wind, yeah, you're like a sail when the wind is coming at you, so it'll blow you backwards. It was crazy.
Yeah, you're paddling and actually going backwards. As you're paddling your little heart out, you're like literally going nowhere,
You're like,
yet
what?
backwards.
Backwards, yeah.
Yeah.
So the wind was coming up. It was getting really bad. Gusts and then consistent blowing, and it was like, well, what just happened? We went from a sunny, beautiful day, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where it gets really crazy. You were probably 100 foot to my left, and I was about 100 feet to your right, would you say?
Sure.
Sure. she's paddling for dear life. I'm
I
paddling
was just
for dear life.
paddling. I don't know how far away you were. I was just making a beeline somewhere.
Maybe it was 75 feet. You were close enough because I heard a noise. And I look over and literally her paddleboard is up in the air.
That was me screaming.
You were screaming. That's what got my attention was the scream. Doing one of those movie screams.
Ah! Wait, it's called something, that scream. The scream. It's like a famous scream.
Oh, the Wilhelm scream.
Yes.
The Wilhelm scream.
Yes, okay.
It wasn't quite that. Well, I'll have to get the Wilhelm scream and put it on you. That'll be awesome. Okay. So yeah, Wilhelm scream. The Wilhelm scream. I look over. She's doing ass over tea kettle. The paddleboard is flying through the air.
Yeah.
Hits her on the head, bounces off her head. And I thought, oh,
coolers everywhere,
yeah.
bags everywhere. I lost the flipping paddle.
Lost your paddle.
Mm-hmm.
You lost part of anyways.
I lost part of the paddle.
Part of the paddle.
I don't know. I lost the paddle.
Lost a paddle. So I thought, oh shit. Now we're going into rescue mode. We're going from
survival mode.
We're going from fun mode to let's get out of here mode to oh shit mode.
Pretty much.
Yeah, to
SOS.
To rescue mode. I'm like, oh man, she just popped in the head. I got to go pull her out of the drink. Luckily, she popped up like a buoy. Point, point. What the heck?
Point, point.
Yeah. And you lost your paddle. Anyways, it was crazy. And I said, what do we do? What do we do? Right? That's the first thing you ask at this point. You know, we're getting hammered now with rain, wind, waves.
Yeah. And then there was a couple other people in kayaks not too far away, and they're screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a family kayakers, a husband, wife, and 2 kids, so 4 kayaks.
Yeah, they actually had like real kayaks, so they're a little heavier than an inflatable.
Still, 2 of them were thrown out of their kayaks by this.
Yeah.
The wife and the son, I believe. So I looked at you and you said, and we're like, what do we do? And you said,
I'm going to the mangroves. I don't know about you, but I'm hurrying my little butt to the mangoes or the mangroves and hide in there because there was nowhere else to go, literally.
It was a take shelter type thing in the storm.
So I beeline to the mangroves.
So she beelines for the mangroves, and I'm behind her. And I thought, holy cow, right? And I'm paddling to catch up to her, and I look over, and these kayak people are out of their kayaks, right? And there's waves, choppy rain, and they're screaming and yelling. The dad dude doesn't know jack shit. And so I thought, okay, am I going to watch them drown? So I went over to the boy, and I jumped off my paddleboard and threw him in his kayak.
See, I don't remember any of that because I was too busy paddling.
You were heading for the mangrove still, and then the wife, the mom figure, who was not a lightweight, I got her heaved back into her kayak. And then I don't know where the hell they went because I did the same thing Lily did at that point. I'm like, I'm heading for the front mangroves.
Yeah.
And
I don't know where they went. They just kind of like disappeared. I don't know.
They paddled somewhere. But that wind was so strong at that one moment, everyone got dislodged.
Yeah.
And luckily I'm out of
And then that's when it started raining, like really
Then the rain
hard.
came down, yeah. So we hung out in the mangrove for how long?
Probably 3 hours.
Was it 3 hours waiting?
Yeah, it was a while. It felt like 3 hours.
Luckily, we had food and water, and we were prepared.
We were prepared.
And so we were able to just hang out there, waiting for the wind to die down.
And the rain. And the pelting rain.
And the waves needed to come down. And so then it was like, well, how do we get back? It was over 2 miles. We got blown past where we went. So
Yeah,
it was over 2 miles.
Yeah, we were past where we were.
And I thought, okay, how's this going to work? Right? The wind is still coming at us, but it died down.
Yeah, that's why we stayed there so long. We had to wait for the rain and the wind to die down.
And so we started paddling like crazy to get across this one rather shallow area, and then there's this channel in the middle.
A very deep channel.
A deep channel. I couldn't even touch the bottom, even as tall as I am. So yeah. So we get to this channel and we're communicating back and forth. Right? Communication is important.
Yeah.
It's an adventure.
Yeah.
Gone
I'm yelling
awry.
and screaming and like almost hyperventilating, but you know.
There's some of that.
Keeping my shit together.
Luckily, I was wearing my high-quality Jesus cleats, which are they're the full-foot leather ones. You know, cover your feet. They're made for like commando action.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, literally, thank goodness, because I told Lily, I said, look, she was exhausted. I think you only had part of a paddle or something. Because I
I
said,
don't remember. I just remember losing part of it. I think I lost the whole paddle.
lost the whole
didn't I?
thing? Well, somehow you paddled most of the way across this channel.
Oh, I lost the other half to the paddle.
The other half, okay.
Yeah. So I only had the one half, which is normally what you use on a paddleboard. But when you kayak, you can put the paddle on both sides. And I had that part like tucked away, so that's the part that floated away. So I still had a paddle, but it was rough.
Yeah. So some fun, some sun, some exercise, some drinks, some relaxing, some getting to know each other turned into, wow, we got to know each other really well, sitting in the mangroves, getting poured on.
Literally pelted on.
Yeah. We leave, we cross the channel, and at this point, I think you're just flat out exhausted.
I think so.
Yeah, so
I was done.
so
Put a fork in me.
so the water was literally chest high. Normally going through there, is it like knee high?
If that.
If that, yeah.
Depends on where you are, but knee to waist. High, yeah.
Knee to waist, but now the water is this high, literally neck high on me with 6-inch waves.
Yeah.
Which means the waves were hit me in the chin and then come back down. And I thought, okay, she's exhausted and beat. Her paddle's all jacked up. So I think I tied my board to the back of her paddle board.
Yeah, I think so.
And then I pulled
You pulled me.
you on the paddle board for the next mile to a mile and a half-ish, mile and a quarter, something like that, through chest and neck deep water with wind blowing freaking waves and
You were
water
coming right at
droplets.
us, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought she just trying to kill me with this adventure. And anyways, yeah, you could call it a date, you could call it an adventure, you could call it attempted insurance claim, whatever you want to call it. It was great.
Yeah, and then you walked the whole way back through the, what was it, like 6-inch mud that you were chomping through?
About that. Sometimes I sunk more, sometimes less.
Way too gross.
It had to be done. I had to make it back. So I put on my big white pants.
And then when we got to the back, or when we got back to where we put in, I think that's when I started crying because I didn't want to walk in it because it smelled so horrible and it was so gross.
It was all churned
I
up.
was literally crying because I did not want to walk in it.
No.
And you like picked me up and like threw me over your shoulder like a sack of potatoes. And walked me through it.
Yeah, I did. That was when I sunk in the mud.
Yeah.
But you didn't get any mud on you on that part.
I did not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, yeah. So it was quite an adventure, really. And I thought, well, we can do it again and again. Not like this though.
But not like, I'm good.
Not like
We have our storm medal. We're good.
Yeah, we got that. We got that merit badge. Merit badge.
We got our T-shirts. I survived.
Yeah, I survived. It was like the tropical storm went by, and then like the last arm, and it went pow, and like slapped us.
And that was like your first paddleboarding experience, or no?
Period. Yeah, that was the first one.
Break them in good.
Yeah, I mean.
Break them in the hard way.
Is this normal, Lily?
No.
No.
It is not normal.
Anyway, since then we've done a lot more adventures, beaches, estuaries, intercoastal,
springs and all kinds of stuff.
ports, lakes, swamps.
Lakes.
Yeah, you know that one place where we were in with Dawn. We were in the pontoon boat going.
Okay, but we weren't paddleboarding there.
No.
We were boating there.
That was
I don't paddleboard with alligators.
That was a swamp tour in a.
I'll be on a boat with there's alligators.
We've done a lot of pontoon boat adventures.
That too. Yes.
Pontoon, but yeah, there's just so much to do on the water for exercise, fresh air, mental health.
Yeah, mental health. Gotta keep it fresh.
You gotta, So I mean, why are you attracted to water so much?
Well, I grew up next to the water, so I was always in and on the water. So it's just in my blood. I like being in and on the water. So it's just so, it gets you out of the house. Like I said, you get some exercise, it's fun. You get sun. I mean, it's so much better than going to the gym and working out, because you're just in a treadmill and it's boring and you're just doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're out on a paddleboard, I mean, it's a full body workout.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. You get to enjoy nature and, you know, look at some wildlife, and it's just, I don't know. I just love it. So,
Swimming, snorkeling.
Yeah. Seeing
All
the
of it.
fishies and the dolphins and occasional shark.
Manatees.
Stingrays.
Down there, stingrays, yeah.
And gosh, what are those birds called?
They're cormorants.
Yeah.
The ones that dive down and eat fish?
Yeah, and then there's another one. They're oh gosh, what are they called? Egrets.
Ah, yes.
Mm-hmm. It was there.
It was Anyways, we're going to be enjoying more adventures. Now it's not just aquatic adventures with John, it's aquatic adventures with John and Lily. She's the lady behind the camera, behind the scenes, coming up with great ideas and saying, you don't get to be tired at the end of the day. She doesn't
We're
point her
tired
finger
at
at
the
me.
end of the day.
Right? We're going to go out and do something fun and get some exercise, fresh air. It's good for you. And I was like, okay. And so she's a big part of the adventure and fun in my life.
Yeah.
And I thought,
You
well,
get to drag him out of the house.
I'm going to drag you in front of the camera, is what I said. She's not a social media celebrity.
No,
No,
not by
really
any means.
No. So, yeah, it's getting used to being in front of the camera, and we're going to do a lot more of that from now on. We've had donations, and we've got, let's see, now we have a GoPro.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have
A drone.
a drone.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have a couple of e-bikes.
Yes.
And so we're going to start doing more things. We got paddle boards, we got
Mhm.
friends with boats, we got friends with all kinds of
Kayaks
stuff,
and, yeah.
and they're inviting us around and doing things.
Yeah.
The lobster adventure was with Al.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was fun. And I love lobsters. So.
Ooh, yeah. Those were so good fresh. Anyways, Lily's going to continue to find things to do, and you're going to love what we're going to do next.
Mm-hmm.
We've got lots of adventures in front of us, and you guys are sharing your time and support
And we're going
with
to
us.
take you along with us.
Take you along with us. That is a great way to put it, Lily. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's some places that I've never been. Places you've never been,
Well, there's lots of places I've never been.
and places you have been, but places they have never been.
Yeah, and we'll
Certainly.
take you with us.
Haven't been with Lily.
Mm-hmm. True.
You know, so yeah, there's going to be two Scandinavians out there causing a lot of
Causing trouble.
causing trouble. Yeah,
Wait.
yeah, no, we won't get into trouble. Just people.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you very much for joining us on this introduction to Lily, and we're going to continue. And we've got, I think we've got, well, what do we call them, sponsors or donators or people we know that want to encourage this with us
Yeah, that's a good word. Sponsors/donators.
and
Mm-hmm. Helping us along in our adventures and
Yeah.
encouraging us, and
lots of
they
encouragement.
just love the idea, so they want to help us out. So yeah, I would call them sponsors.
Yeah, let's see where it takes us.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about all of
we've
our
got
adventures.
some great ideas that I know you're gonna love.
All right then. Well,
Mhm.
for now, we're going to say good night, goodbye, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Adios, amigo. But yeah.
Toodaloo.
Thanks for tuning in to watch another Aquatic Adventures. This was a great introduction to Lily. Next week, we're going to do some more fun stuff. So we'll see you then. Bye now. 3, 2, and action.